The U.S. is fast becoming a part-time nation. Despite all those rosy new jobs across the country, the reality is this: most of these workers are clocking in at less than 30 hours a week. So how do you turn a part-time job into a full-time career? Joining me now, Dick Bolz, author of the book, What Color Is Your Parachute? Dick, thanks. I have to tell you, I think you're probably the perfect person for this segment. Your book was the first jobs book and the best jobs book. And thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
All right, so listen to this. These part-time jobs, so common. 77% of the new jobs created this year, part-time, not full-time. Why is it so difficult to find a full-time job?
Well, you see a job as an income, but employers sees it as a cost. So with this economy, they want to keep their costs as low as they possibly can. So they'll always start out by seeing if they can accomplish what they need to accomplish using part-timers, only expand to full-timers as the economy grows or as the demand increases.
You told one of our producers something very, very interesting. You said every job today is temporary. What do you mean by that?
It means that jobs nowadays, if you think of a job as immortal, jobs today have a much shorter lifeline than they used to have, and you have to be facing the fact that you're going to lose the job sooner or later, so you need to be always to go job hunting and not settle down and think this is where I'm going to spend the rest of my life.
Well, you're making me a little anxious, I have to say, but tell me this. So if I am in a temporary job right now, I'm working maybe 30 hours, whatever, how do I turn that into a full-time job? What are the steps, 1, 2, 3, that allow me to do that?
Well, the first one is you have to be an extraordinary employee, which means essentially the things we all are aware of. You have to stay 15 minutes early before starting time. You have to stay 15 minutes later. And you have to stay dedicated to achieving the work while you're at the job. And I might add, getting along well with your employees, your fellow employees. You need to do is obviously you need to keep asking yourself every day, I'm here because my employer views me as a cost. What am I doing to help him see that there's value, or her see that there's value I'm producing? So you have to ask yourself every day, what are the employer's goals for what it is I'm hired here to do?
Right.
Not what it is that I want to achieve.
You know, another thing that I found that you said that was really interesting is that you should keep a log contributions over time.
Right.
So every week, write down something that you did that added to the bottom line or propelled the company forward in some way, so that when you have to defend yourself, or if you are just asking for a raise even, you can go back and say, well, look, here's what I've done.
You have to make that a discipline so that every weekend you sit down and spend a half an hour or less keeping that kind of a journal or log, and then summarize it on a one-page paper and give it not only to your advisor, but also to theirs once a year or less or more often than that, and that will justify your claiming, I'm adding such value here, you might want to consider hiring me full-time, not just part-time.
Yeah, that's a great argument. Dick, tell me, when was your book first published?
Back when dinosaurs were roaming the earth, I think.
That's not true.
I think it was December 1st, 1970, self-published, and there's an edition every year since then. I reconceive the book every year.
And every edition has something new in it. Dick, thanks for coming on tonight. It was great to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jerry.
Time now for a look at the stories you're clicking on tonight on Fox.